So, you want to become a concert girly. You, like all of us, have been personally victimized by your TikTok For You page showing you Eras Tour clip after Eras Tour clip, and you decided you wanted to be behind the camera instead of watching it on your phone later. We have all been there, and I want to share some tips and tricks that I've learned through my years so that you too can become a concert girly in 2024. Hi, I'm AJ, also known as the Glitter Archives. I even put on some glitter because this is a concert video. I'm 23, living in New York City, and I love everything about music, but especially concerts. I attended 28 concerts last year and over 75 in my lifetime. I've also seen concerts in multiple different states and even a different country, so I definitely know what it means to travel for concerts as well. I'm also the go-to ticketer for any sales for my friends, so I'm the one fighting for her life in that Ticketmaster queue. I know what the 2000 plus Running Man used to look like, and I miss him. I've learned many tips and tricks over the years, and I'm not going to go into a ton of them in this video. Maybe we'll make this a series, we'll see. But for now, I'm just going to do a brief overview of some tips and tricks so that you too can become a concert girly and hopefully not make the same mistakes that I did over the years. Hi, it's Editing AJ from the future, which you can tell because you can hear the whirring of my computer in the background sounding like an airplane getting ready to take off. Wanted to stop in and let you know that I have my laptop in my lap for this entire video, so if I'm ever kind of like looking down, I'm looking at my notes on my computer. I'm not just like randomly looking at the ground. It kind of looks a little bit weird throughout the video, but just wanted to let you know, set the record straight, and yeah, we can get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So first, let's talk about getting tickets. Arguably the most important part of the concert experience, because if you don't have a ticket, you're not going to the concert. My first tip is making sure that you're applying for all of the pre-sales available to you. So not just the best one that you're eligible for. So for example, if you're a super secret fan and a regular fan, and you're eligible for both of those pre-sales, even though the super secret one is better, apply for both of them because you never know what you're going to get out of each presale. A presale is not a guarantee of a ticket. A prime example of this is the Permission to Dance LA ticketing. There was the Map of the Soul ticket holders presale, which was before the Army member presale, but I actually got better tickets through the Army member presale, and I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't applied for it. So obviously read all of the rules. Don't disqualify yourself, but if you qualify for multiple presales, please use all of the presales available to you. And that segues perfectly into my next tip, which is consider getting a credit card with these associated presales. So a prime example of this, Capital One. The Taylor Swift Eras Tour had Capital One specific presales, and I believe both my Philadelphia and my Detroit tickets were bought through the Capital One presale. Now, this is not financial advice. Please don't just go getting credit cards and wrecking your credit score. Like, do your research. Do I have glitter on my I have glitter on my glasses. Oh no, you can see that. Wow, I was wondering why I couldn't see. Okay, pause while I glitter. Just put it on my cheek. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm not saying do this regardless of your situation. Take a look at your situation and understand if having a credit card is right for you. But if you do have space in your wallet for a credit card, getting one like the Capital One credit card, I believe that Chase has had a few pre-sales as well. I think that's how I got one of my Leve tickets for the Goddess tour. Consider getting some of these credit cards because they can open up more inventory for you through these pre-sales. And that's how I got some of my best tickets. So, food for thought when it comes to pre-sales. Think about getting a credit card or just use somebody else's credit card. You could always borrow someone's. You do you. You know your situation better than I do, but just something to consider. Next tip when it comes to getting tickets is make friends. The concert girly community is alive and well in 2024, and some of my best friends that I've had in my life I have met through these concert girly spaces, whether it's Twitter, TikTok, at a concert. Don't be afraid to make friends, because when it comes to pre-sales, once someone is in, getting 4 tickets once you're in versus getting 2 tickets It's negligible if you know how to work the sites. So if there's ways that you can cover for one another, so for example, if I knew 3 friends that wanted to go to this one concert and they all knew each other and they wanted to come with me, and they're also going for tickets on that same day, if they get tickets, I'm covered. If I get tickets, I'm covered, right? It's this community aspect. So much of life today is so individualized, so don't forget the power of community. There are some concerts that I would not have gotten a foot in the door had it not been for my friends. Twitter is an excellent place to make friends if you're in a fandom space and you're a really big fan of an artist. So is TikTok, so is Instagram. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. It'll make your life better and you'll have amazing friends because of it. The last tip in terms of getting tickets is that flexibility is key, especially with these high demand, low capacity tours. Think Taylor Swift, think BTS, things that are very likely to sell out. Think Noah Khan, think Leve's latest tour. Flexibility in locations of where you're willing to go to a concert can make or break your ability to get in the door. So I will use the Eras Tour as an example. I live in New York City. My ideal location to attend a Taylor Swift show would be MetLife, would be going to the East Rutherford show. I, unfortunately, was not able to get in the door, but I was able to get in the door to the concert as a whole because I was flexible about where I wanted to attend. I have friends in Detroit. I have friends in Philadelphia. I had family near Chicago. And so I was able to get tickets for these other locations, and changing your mindset as to what a concert can serve can also really open a lot of doors. Use concerts as an excuse to travel. Go visit your friends and plan it around these concert weekends. Good friends will understand that, hey, you're coming to visit me. That's awesome. Also, going to visit friends can be great too, because that can be somewhere that you can stay. Now, I'm not saying use your friends, but think bigger about where you can attend concerts and your opportunities will expand. Now, let's say that you didn't end up getting tickets for sale. What I want you to do is not panic. Don't fret. Especially with these pre-sales happening earlier and earlier for these shows, you have time. There is time for you to find a ticket reasonably priced and get in the door. We all know of the resale sites like Ticketmaster, StubHub, TickPick, Vivid Seats. Those are great, but they can be a bit more expensive. Another option, coming back to the community side of it, look on Twitter, look on Facebook, look on Instagram. More fan-to-fan sales happen on those platforms because of the extortionate fees on those resale sites. Also, the resale sites can sometimes buy up super cheap tickets and resell it for their own gain. This has happened to some of my friends before. Now, I'm not saying get scammed. There are things that you can look for. And if you're interested, I can make a whole separate video about it, but trust your gut. I have gotten scammed before on Twitter. It happens, but these are the ways that you can get a ticket reasonably priced. And also, again, make connections too. If somebody's selling you a ticket, that is a potential friend because they had the ticket in the first place. And if they're coming to Twitter, they're not looking for profit most of the time. So use your best judgment, but these fan-to-fan sales that happen on social media sites, they can be super beneficial in terms of making it accessible for you to see these shows. So just don't panic if you don't get something for sale. Keep your eyes open. You will probably find a good deal. And don't be afraid to wait up until the day before. Like, especially if you're in that location. I bought my Leve ticket for the Bewitched tour the night of, and I managed to get a great deal for it. I would not have gotten it otherwise. And this also comes back to that flexibility piece. Be flexible, and you will find yourself in the door more often than not. Next, let's talk about actually getting to the concert. Now, if you listen to the previous advice, let's say that you are truly traveling for a concert. You're going somewhere out of state, out of your main city for a concert. Here are some tips to help make travel more affordable. Again, take all of this with a grain of salt. Whatever fits your life best is what fits your life best. I really recommend sticking to one airline. I am a Delta girly. All throughout 23, I purchased Delta only flights. Sticking to one airline is the best way that you can get these benefits because you rack up miles, and those miles can eventually be spent on future flights. You can also get status, which is something that can help make your life easier when it comes to flying. You can get on standby lists, etc., etc. I don't have status this year. I was just close to that silver cutoff, but we move. It's okay. But I do have enough miles racked up that my next flight is probably going to be free. I'm probably going to have it paid for by those miles. In this same vein, try sticking to one hotel chain. This is not something that I have done before. I have used Airbnb in the past, but Airbnb is just getting more and more expensive. So for me and the amount that I travel, sticking to one hotel chain is probably going to make the most sense for me. This is pretty similar to the airlines. You rack up points, you get benefits by sticking with one hotel chain. And if you pick a good program, Marriott, Hyatt, whatever, you can usually find a good deal. You can find a cheap hotel. So it's not like you're picking cheapness over sticking with your hotel loyalty. This is something that I am going to be incorporating for 2024 to hopefully get those sweet, sweet benefits. And then finally, in the same vein, travel credit cards are critical. They are critical. I am a big proponent of spending everything I can on a credit card and paying it off in full. Keep yourself in a good financial situation. But if you utilize travel credit cards correctly, you can rack up points that you can then turn around and use on travel. You can also use it on other things, but usually the best benefits are through travel. Obviously, do your own research. I will put my cards that I use in the description in case you're interested. But again, please do your own research. I don't want anybody here to get themselves into financial ruin because they wanted to go to a couple concerts. Please, please be smart. But for those wondering what's in my wallet, I'll put them all in the description. Currently in my wallet, I have the Chase Freedom, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Capital One Venture One, the Bilt Rewards, and then I think I have the Discover, but I rarely use it. But yeah, those are my top 4 credit cards. I'll put everything in the description in case you're interested. Again, please do your own research, but something to consider as well. Now we can talk about actually going to the concert. First and foremost, when possible, please use public transportation or have a friend come and pick you up from the concert and take you to the concert. If you're going to small theater concerts, of course, you should be fine. But when it comes to anything arena and up, I am so against rideshare. I will never forget night 1 of the Eras tour being stuck for hours outside of the stadium because Lyft drivers would not come to the area. They just simply wouldn't. There were 50 plus of us just sitting there. I'll show pictures if I can find them. It was just terrible. If possible, make sure that you have everything lined up for your transportation ahead of time. Maybe there are taxi services in your area. Anything that can make it guaranteed. I am so against rideshare when it comes to concerts. I've just been burned too many times. Please, for your sake, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Next, I love having a good clear bag. It doesn't really matter what show it is, even if they don't require having a clear bag. I like just bringing it just in case. I have a clear backpack. Now, some venues say that they, quote, don't allow clear backpacks. I have never run into an issue. I don't want you to get burned, but I, in my entire life, have never had an issue with a clear backpack. So take that as you will. Next, portable chargers. Bring portable chargers. They are critical, especially if you're going to be recording anything. Bring portable chargers. The last thing you want to do is be stuck without a phone. Portable chargers can also be a great icebreaker to make friends with those around you. If somebody's phone is dying, I have a portable charger. You can borrow it. Again, community running theme throughout this video. You can't do it alone. You can always make friends. And portable chargers is one of the easiest ways to do that. Next, now I know everybody says this, but I promise, one concert you don't do this and you will never forget, but I don't want you to ever have one concert where you don't do it. Please clear your memory before the concert. I do not want you hitting 3/4 of the way through the concert. You're recording, having an excellent time, and you get hit with that storage full. I just don't want you to be deleting apps in the middle of a concert. We all pay way too much to get in that door for you to be distracted during the show. So please clear your storage before you go to a concert. Please, I don't want any of you to make that mistake. Please. As somebody who records a lot of these concerts, I know all too well. I know all too well. Next tip, when it comes to actually taking videos, zoom in the least amount that you need to get to your best lens. So for example, on the iPhone, I think it's 3x, only zoom in to 3 times, even if you want to zoom in more to have the subject more clear. You can always crop later, but anything outside of that frame is gone forever. I highly recommend zooming in. Again, make sure you get to that zoom lens. Now, I'm not saying go 1.5 one time, whatever. Get to that best zoom lens and stay there. Crop later. Other things you can do later, stabilization. I love stabilization softwares. When I had a Pixel, I'll show some videos here. My hand was shaking. I was really trying to be a tripod, but unfortunately, it did not work out. And my hand shake, no matter what, my hand would shake. Stabilization softwares have saved my life. I love them. I will link the one that I use down in the description. It's an online one. You just throw it in. I love stabilization softwares. They have saved my life. I have an iPhone now, so hopefully that won't be an issue anymore, but stabilization softwares. So don't worry about your concerts in the moment. I want you to be looking at the artist, not looking through your phone. All the stuff that you can do in post nowadays, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Your videos will turn out fine, as long as you obviously make sure your subject's in, which is good. If you zoom out, right, your videos will turn out fine. I promise. Finally, here are just some other tips, lifestyle tips to help make the concert girly lifestyle more attainable. Live near a major airport, if possible. Flying out of JFK or LaGuardia has truly saved me so much money and has made traveling so much more feasible to me. Previously, my closest airport was O'Hare in Chicago, and I was driving about 4+ hours to get there. Flying out of a primary market versus a secondary market, it just makes such a difference in airfare and can make this travel more accessible to you. So this is something, obviously, big lifestyle thing. Just think about it if you are perhaps in school and thinking about if you want to relocate after graduation. Think about where you're applying to jobs and make sure that you're close to a major airport. It can make or break your ability to travel on a budget. Additionally, minimize costs in other areas of your life. Make sure to prioritize what's truly important to you. And if that's not concerts, that's not concerts. That's okay. If you like going out on the weekends, if you like shopping, if you like eating out, those are all perfectly valid ways to spend your money. But those will come at the expense of being able to travel and being able to go to concerts like this. So just be aware of where your money is going. I highly recommend a budget. I won't go into any more financial stuff. That is a topic for another video. I love talking about money, but just be aware of where your money's going. And if your priorities don't align with where your money's going, then make shifts, make a change with your discretionary spending. Finally, and this has been a running theme throughout the entire video, integrate yourself into the community. Don't be shy, make friends. That's what this is all about. Who's on stage? Of course, but who's around you as well. Moshing in a pit of people that don't like you is not nearly as fun as jumping around and having a fantastic time with people who value the same things that you do. I love the concert experience because it's a way for like-minded people to get together and have a great time. Not everyone gets it. If you're watching this video, you probably get it. I've heard so many horror stories about post-COVID concert etiquette, and I don't want to hear it anymore. Be nice. Don't get taken advantage of. I'm not saying that, but have your heart open. The people next to you work just as hard as you to get where you are. And they probably love the artist just as much as you do. But yes, integrating yourself into the community is so, so critical. And it makes the experience so much more fun. So yeah, those were a couple tips. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you want me to make this a series, let me know down in the comments below. If there's anything specifically within this video that you want me to talk a bit more about, let me know down below. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm on this huge year-long journey into becoming a YouTuber. You will want to be around for that, especially if I make more videos like this one, giving you all the best tips and tricks. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, where I post short form content. Think concert videos, vinyl content, etc., etc. Very music themed, as you can tell. Just realized I didn't talk about my Etsy shop. I sell custom commemorative concert tickets over on Etsy. They're a super cute way to celebrate concerts. If the concert's already happened, I can put the set list on the back, and they're also great for gifts. So if you're in the market, if you're interested, feel free to check it out. The link will be in the description. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!